Big news coming in. The NIA swings into action in Jammu and Kashmir. Terror attack in Resi. Terror attack that has killed 9 people, as we know, are confirmed dead. NIA now to assist local authorities in the investigation. The NIA teams in Resi to coordinate with local authorities. In fact, they are soon to take over the investigation of this latest terror attack that's killed 9 people, including 2 children, a toddler involved. Really shocking news that came in last evening, right at a time when the Prime Minister and his cabinet were swearing in. We saw a brutal terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Resi. In fact, we hear that those terrorists hiding in the upper reaches of those mountains spotted a vehicle, a bus full of pilgrims who were making their way right after visiting the temple. And these terrorists were spotted even following them briefly, and they shot at the bus, eventually pushing the bus down to a gorge and continued firing until a whole bunch of them were killed. Really tragic incident that's come to light, and of course this terror attack, we're yet to understand who has claimed it. Is it backed by Pakistan? There is a lot of speculation that this is certainly backed by Pakistan. The Resistance Front, who we hear have claimed responsibility, the TRF, which is a Pakistan-based terror organization. Let me quickly get across to Pooja Shali for more details on that. Pooja, we see NIA right now swinging into action, wanting to take up probe in this case. But while that's said, on the sidelines, we also hear news coming in that a Pakistan-based terror organization, the TRF, seem to have claimed responsibility. How far is this true?
That's true. There is which is called usually an offshoot of the existing organizations like Lashkar-e-Toiba or Hizbul Mujahideen. This is an offshoot TRF that has via a Telegram channel taken responsibility. But the fact is, this is of course Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Sadly, there are some overground workers that have been able to provide logistics and shelter, as we have seen. But what is more noticeable here, Nabila, from the list of dead that has been released officially by the police there in Jammu, it looks like that Vijay Kumar, the driver, and Arun Kumar, the conductor, also lost their life when they were fired upon by the terrorists at the bus. But sadly, there's been a young mother and my namesake, Pooja Sahani from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and her 2-year-old toddler boy have also been killed. They have also died. These are among the 9. In fact, from the Sahani family of Jaipur, Rajasthan, 4 members, looks like almost the whole entire family was wiped out in this case. And there were Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi and Riyasi locals who were travelling in this bus. This has been extremely disappointing to say the least, because what has happened is, because of this Naya Kashmir, the focus that the government has brought in to eliminate terrorism in the Kashmir Valley, that has existed now at least for 3 decades actively. While that came down, peace and progress was being seen. The focus terrorists have shifted to Jammu region. So we have seen Riyasi is not the first time, Nabila. In 2023, IED explosion had killed innocent people on the ground, including 2 children then as well. In Poonch, Udhampur belt, we have seen soldiers being targeted. We have seen children this time being targeted as well. Extremely
really
saddening.
Tragic.
And yes.
You know, Pooja, but I'd like you to stay with us. I'm going to quickly cut across to Jitendra Bahadur, who's brought us this piece of information. The NIA taking over probe. Jitendra, would you want to elaborate for us? NIA has stepped in. How far do you think they'll be able to get into this case, considering these are terrorists hiding in the far reaches of those mountains there in Resi, and they're the ones that the army has been trying to track for a while, and it seems like they've committed this terror attack?
बिल्कुल नबीला, एनआईए की टीम जो है वो शिवखोड़ी का जो इलाका है जहां पर बस के ऊपर अटैक आतंकवादियों के द्वारा किया गया, जगह पर एनआईए की टीम जांच करने के लिए पहुंच गई है। उसके साथ फॉरेंसिक टीम भी मौजूद है। वहां से तमाम सैंपल लिए जाएंगे और उसके बाद इस जांच को आगे बढ़ाया जाएगा। एमएचए सूत्रों से जो जानकारी मिली है उसके मुताबिक इस जांच को जल्द ही एनआईए को सौंप दिया जाएगा। तो वहीं दूसरी तरफ अगर बात करें तो द रेजिस्टेंट फ्रंट जो टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, जिस पर बैन लगाया जा चुका है, इस पर गृह मंत्रालय ने एनआईए की रिपोर्ट के आधार पर बैन लगाया हुआ है, लेकिन इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से पहले भी जम्मू कश्मीर में देखा गया कि ये टारगेटेड किलिंग करने की लगातार कोशिश करता रहा है, चाहे वो सुरक्षा बलों के ऊपर हमला करना हो या फिर जो नागरिक हैं जम्मू कश्मीर के उनके ऊपर। लेकिन इस बार उनकी तरफ से जो निशाना बनाया गया है वो बड़ा ही खतरनाक है। जो टूरिस्ट बस थी जो कि वैष्णो देवी के दर्शन करने के लिए वहां पर जा रहे थे, उस बस के ऊपर अटैक द रेजिस्टेंट फ्रंट की तरफ से जिस तरीके से जिम्मेदारी ली जा रही है उसके द्वारा किया गया है। इसमें यह भी कहा जा रहा है कि पाकिस्तान अधिकृत कश्मीर से कुछ टेररिस्ट जो हैं वो कुछ दिन पहले इन्फिल्ट्रेट किया है और उसके बाद उसमें से कुछ जो फॉरेन टेररिस्ट हैं उन्होंने इस अटैक में शामिल होने की जानकारी मिल रही है। हालांकि इन तमाम चीजों को लेकर के अभी कोई आधिकारिक पुष्टि नहीं की गई है, लेकिन एनआईए ने इस पूरे मामले को जांच अपने हाथों में लेकर के अब इस पर बड़े स्तर पर छानबीन करेगी कि किस तरीके से बस किस रास्ते से गुजर रही थी और उसके बाद क्या किसी ने इस बस की रेकी किया और उसके बाद इन टेररिस्ट को जानकारी दी गई। इस तरीके की छानबीन की जा रही है और एनआईए की टीम जिसमें एसपी लेवल के अधिकारी मौजूद हैं वो इस स्पॉट पर मौजूद हैं, जहां से तमाम सैंपल्स लिए जा रहे हैं। फॉरेंसिक टीम भी मौजूद है जो कि तमाम जानकारियां इस वक्त हासिल कर रही है।
जी धन्यवाद Jitendra for joining us. Thanks Pooja. Well, we're looking at this cowardly terror attack on civilians in Jammu and Kashmir. NIA, which may take over the probe now, is all set to investigate the matter. They're going to be heading towards the attack site to collect evidence. At least 9 people, including 2 children, were killed. Over 35 people have been injured after armed terrorists opened fire at the bus carrying pilgrims in Jammu's Resi. An ex gratia of 10 lakh rupees has been announced to the next of kin of those pilgrims who were martyred in Resi terror attack. The injured would be given 50,000 rupees. CCTV visuals have now captured the moments before deadly attack on the bus that was carrying those pilgrims. In fact, the bus that was moving was seen right behind the bus, a jeep that was moving behind, and that's the visual you see on our screens there. Right as the bus moves ahead, you have a jeep following very creepily at the back. Stop the bus through their firing, continue to fire for nearly 20 minutes. Sources say that the Pakistan terrorists were behind the Resi attack, who have been active in south of Pir Panjal region for almost 2 years. Eyewitnesses have told India Today that at least 6 to 7 masked terrorists have attacked the bus. It was then when the bus fell into the gorge where the terrorists continued to fire, even then, before they fled. Eyewitnesses say that the terrorists there went on to fire to an extent. At least they hoped that all people inside that bus would be killed. But we see that out of the 33 odd people who were in the bus, 9 have died. The rest of them have managed to survive, many of them with grave injuries. Search operations now is currently underway and the area has been fully cordoned off. Let me cut across to Aman Bharadwaj, who's currently in Resi, Jammu and Kashmir. Aman, please give us your take on what we see here of the terror attack on pilgrims. It almost looked like this was done very strategically, keeping a hawk eye on civilians moving across those areas, because that's when they'll make the most noise, and they've managed to achieve that.
Well, see, recently, LG of Jammu and Kashmir visited the government medical college where the 18 of the victims of this terror attack been hospitalized, and he assured only one thing, that giving a final assistance is secondary thing, but what happened yesterday will not be tolerated. This sort of mindset behind whosoever responsible on this attack will have to face the consequence. And he also concluded that this matter is being investigated. For many teams that are on the ground that been investigating to this whole matter, that how this attack came into picture, and whosoever, because there are people who belong to UP, Rajasthan, Delhi, other parts of the region. So LG and the government here need to assure making assurance that Jammu and Kashmir is pretty safe in their hands, and they will definitely take action. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, who recently held the charge for the Home Ministry, are looking into matter very closely, and they are in daily touch with minute-to-minute touch with the LG and the officials here. Also, here if we talk hospitalization or the medical facilitation to the people who are victimized by this terror attack has been looked after on priority, because 33 people are being injured by this terror attack, and 18 of them are hospitalized here in Jammu and Kashmir Medical College. Some are in Riaz area hospital, and others are in Katra area hospital, and 10 are claimed to be that there are 10 casualties, in which also includes a 2-year boy who belongs to Jaipur. His mother is also lost her life, and the families are being contacted that they can reach and take the dead bodies or can meet the injured people here, and also financial support is being given. Whosoever lost their life been given 10 lakh rupees, and who are injured are supported by 50,000 rupees. So here seems to be a priority, but what matters is the timing. One side oath is being taken place, oath is being taken, and other side this incident has touched the sentiments of the people. So government is looking into it, investigating the matter, and has ensured that whosoever responsible for it will not be tolerated. Other side, people who has witnessed the incident, who are victim of it, had spoken to us, and they said 6 to 7 terrorists over there. They have covered their faces with the mask. They have wear dresses
and what we know is also a political slugfest that's now just erupted, with the Congress jumping into this, attacking the Modi government over Riyasi attack. Congress says India-Pak match on one hand, attack in Kashmir on the other hand. These are words of the Congress attacking the Modi government soon after they took oath, Modi 3.0. The opposition now pointing fingers against the government, blaming the government entirely for this terror attack in Riyasi. In fact, the Congress says that the Modi government is responsible for the attack, drawing the cricket match parallel with terror attack, saying on one hand you have cricket matches that still continue with Pakistan, on the other you're looking at terror attacks continuing by Pakistan-sponsored terrorists in Kashmir. Political flare-up that we see over Riyasi terror attack. Congress attacking the Modi government over this terror strike, drawing the cricket match parallel with the terror attack. Pawan Khera, who's spoken, have a listen.
एक तरफ शपथ ग्रहण चल रहा था, दूसरी तरफ आतंकी हमला हो रहा था, और तीसरी तरफ क्रिकेट चल रहा था. ये हो क्या रहा है? क्या क्रिकेट और आतंकवाद साथ चल सकता है? अब हम भी जानना चाहते हैं सरकार से. सिर्फ लफाजी करने से शांति नहीं आती. क्या वो ठोस कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं? इसका अब जवाब ये देश मांग रहा है. कश्मीरी पंडित मांग रहे हैं, पर्यटक मांग रहे हैं, स्थानीय नागरिक मांग रहे हैं, सुरक्षा बल मांग रहे हैं, और हमारे तीर्थयात्री मांग रहे हैं. इसका जवाब देना होगा.
Rahul Gautam joining us on the phone line. Rahul, it's not as if terror attacks haven't happened in the past, but here the Congress party pointing fingers at the Modi government, almost insinuating that they are encouraging matches between India and Pakistan while the country comes together to watch very keenly a cricket match between the two countries, while terror attacks continue along the India-Pakistan border. Give us more on the Congress's stance on this.
Well, it's an apt opportunity for the Congress party to attack the BJP government over this, given the fact that they're trying to create this narrative that how BJP government has completely failed in terms of bringing normalcy into the Kashmir Valley. But at the same time, they are also saying that how this is a departure from the earlier stance of the BJP, wherein they have said that the toxin and terror cannot go hand in hand. And now, given the fact that BCCI is headed by Mr. Jai Shah, so clearly they are saying that this shows the dual standards of the BJP. That on one hand there are terror attacks happening in Jammu and Kashmir, but at the same time India and Pakistan cricket teams are playing matches. So clearly, it's an attempt on the part of the Congress party to target not just the BJP government, but at the same time, the BCCI also, and clearly tell people that how they've been only bluffing on the issue of Kashmir when they have earlier said that talks and terror will not go hand. But and now there are terror attacks happening. But at the same time, India and cricket matches are happening. Mr. Pawan Khera, in fact, questioned as to if the government is actually going to take any steps, in near future to contain these sort of attacks, and whether these matches or this cricket diplomacy is going to go forward. So clearly, you can say that Congress party is increasing the heat against BJP government over this issue. In fact, Mr. Pawan Khera said that when the entire Modi cabinet was busy in taking oaths, at the same time, innocent civilians were being targeted in Jammu and Kashmir, which clearly tells us that how the BJP government has completely failed in terms of bringing normalcy, and this only shows the misgovernance and the clear bluff that they have been creating for past few years, that how peace has returned into the Kashmir Valley after the abrogation of Article 270.
Thanks very much, Rahul, for joining us on that.